The cold seeps through the window panes. A damp, persistent chill that has nothing to do with the October air and everything to do with the hollow space in the center of my chest. I watch my breath ghost against the glass, a fragile cloud in the dim light of the cabin. Outside, the pines stand like silent, black-robed judges, their needles whispering secrets on the wind. Leo sleeps in his bassinet, a small, warm lump of innocence in a world that feels anything but. His tiny sighs are the only sound besides the groaning of the old cabin and the frantic skittering of my own heart. Lonely. The word is a stone in my throat. It's a different kind of lonely from the one I knew in the city. That was a lonely of crowds, of faces that looked through you, of a million people moving in a million directions, none of them toward you. This is a deeper lonely, a primordial one. The kind that makes you feel like the last person on Earth. Which was the point, wasn't it? To be so far away that no one could find me, especially not him. I trace the rim of my chipped mug, the tea inside long gone cold. Trevor's face flickers behind my eyes, handsome and cruel. The memory of his voice, that smooth, condescending tone he used when he told me it was over, still has the power to make my stomach clench. A baby, Alara? Really? Don't be so dramatic. It's not mine. And even if it were, what do you expect me to do about it? What did I expect? I don't know. Help, support, a flicker of human decency. The things you see in movies, the things you're told exist. They don't. Not for me. The system didn't help. The clinics, the social workers with their tired eyes and stacks of paperwork, they saw a statistic, a girl who made a mistake. They didn't see the gaping wound he'd left behind. So I ran, took the small inheritance my grandfather left me, this cabin, a little money, and disappeared. Here, in the heart of the deep woods, there are no judging eyes, no pitying smiles. There is only the wind, the trees, and the crushing weight of my own solitude. Leo stirs, a tiny whimper escaping his lips. I'm on my feet instantly, crossing the small room to his side. I smooth a hand over his downy hair, the scent of him milk and baby powder and pure, untainted life, a balm to my frayed nerves. Shh, little love, I whisper, my voice raspy from disuse. Mama's here, always. It's a promise I intend to keep. I will be for him what no one was for me. I will be a fortress. A sudden, violent sound rips through the night, shattering the quiet. It's not the wind. It's a crack. A heavy, splintering thud, coming from the direction of my porch. My blood turns to ice. My first thought is Trevor. He found me. The irrational fear is so potent it steals my breath. But no, that's impossible. He wouldn't come all this way. He doesn't care enough. Another sound follows. A low, pained groan that is distinctly not human. It's deep, guttural, animal. My hand flies to my mouth to stifle a gasp. Bears are common this time of year, preparing for hibernation, aggressive, dangerous. The old ranger who checks the fire tower warned me when I first arrived. Don't be foolish, miss. This ain't a city park. I creep toward the window, my body trembling. My hand hovers over the heavy deadbolt on the door. Lock it. Stay inside. That's what any sane person would do. Peering through a slit in the faded curtains, I see it. My heart stops, then starts again in a frantic, painful rhythm. It's a wolf. But it's not just a wolf, it's a monster. A beast from a dark fairy tale. Its body is enormous, bigger than any wolf I've ever seen in pictures. Its fur the color of charcoal and midnight. It's slumped against the porch railings, one massive leg bent at an unnatural angle. Dark blood stains the weathered wood beneath it, a stark, ugly splash in the moonlight. And it's not alone. Cradled against its chest, sheltered by the immense curve of its body, is a bundle, a blanket. And from that blanket, a tiny, pale hand emerges. A baby. The world tilts on its axis. I stare, my mind refusing to process what my eyes are seeing. A giant, wounded wolf, and a human baby. It's impossible. It's a nightmare. The wolf's head lifts, its movement slow, agonizing. Its eyes find the window, find me. They are not the flat, feral eyes of a wild animal. They are golden, intelligent, and filled with a desperate, pleading light. My hand is still on the deadbolt. Fear screams at me. A primal, sensible command. Lock the door. Call for help. Who would I even call? The ranger is miles away. By the time he got here, the baby stirs, a soft coo drifting through the thick glass of the window. It sounds just like Leo. And in that moment, the fear is eclipsed by something else, something raw and fierce. Empathy. I see not a monster, but a parent trying to protect its child. I see the desperation I felt just months ago, standing in a sterile office, being told there was nothing they could do for me. I see the indifference I swore I would never show to another living soul. The logical part of my brain, the part that has kept me alive this long, is screaming. This is suicide, Elara. It's a wild animal. It will kill you. It will kill Leo. But another voice, a quieter, deeper one, whispers back, look at it. It's hurt. Its baby is cold. What if no one comes? What if you're the only one who can help? My breath shudders out of me in a sob. I think of all the doors that were closed in my face, all the people who turned away. I will not be one of them. My hand moves from the deadbolt to the doorknob. My heart hammers against my ribs, a frantic drumbeat of terror and resolve. My fingers tremble as they turn the knob. The click sounds like a gunshot in the oppressive silence. This is insane. The thought echoes in the empty spaces of my mind, a frantic, repeating mantra. Insane, insane, insane. But my feet are already moving. I crack the door open just enough to slip outside, pulling it almost shut behind me. The cold is a physical blow, sharp and immediate. It smells of pine needles, damp earth, and something else. Something coppery and wild. Blood. The wolf doesn't move, but its golden eyes track my every step. The intensity of its gaze is unnerving. It's not aggression I see there, but a weary, desperate intelligence. A plea. I hold my hands up, palms out, a universal gesture of peace. I hope it understands. I'm not going to hurt you, I whisper, my voice a thin thread in the vast wilderness. Or your baby. Saying it out loud doesn't make it any more real. I take another slow, deliberate step. The porch groans under my weight. The wolf flinches, a low growl rumbling in its deep chest, more a sound of pain than a threat. Its gaze darts from me to the bundle at its chest and back again, protective. Of course. Okay, I say, my voice soft. Okay, I see. I stop, keeping a safe distance. My eyes scan its body, trying to assess the damage. The leg is bad. A deep, clean gash slices through the thick fur of its haunch, ugly and raw. It looks like it was caught in something. A steel trap. My stomach churns with a mixture of pity and revulsion. Who would do that? But the immediate problem is the cold. The baby, wrapped in a thin, worn blanket, is starting to shiver. Its small face is pale, its lips tinged with blue. My own baby is warm inside, safe, fed. This one isn't. The choice solidifies in my chest, turning from a fragile hope into a hard, sharp certainty. I will not leave them out here to die. I can't. It would break something inside me, something I've fought so hard to keep intact. I have to help you, I say, speaking more to myself than to the animal. I have to bring you inside. The wolf's ears twitch. It seems to understand. Or maybe it just understands the tone. It lets out a soft whine, a sound so full of pain and exhaustion, it cracks my heart wide open. Okay, we're going to do this slow, I murmur. My training from a long-forgotten first aid course kicking in. Assess the scene. Don't rush. I retreat back into the cabin, my movements swift and silent. Leo is still asleep, thank God. I grab the heavy wool blanket off the back of my armchair and my emergency first aid kit from under the sink. My hands are shaking so badly I almost drop it. When I step back onto the porch, the wolf is in the same position. It's breathing shallow. The baby is making small, unhappy noises now. I'm just going to put this blanket over your little one, I say, my voice unnaturally calm. It's too cold out here. I approach slowly, 1 inch at a time. The smell is stronger now. Wet fur, blood, and a strange, earthy scent that reminds me of a thunderstorm, ozone, and damp soil. It's not unpleasant. Just wild. The wolf watches my hands, its muscles tense. I can see the ripple of power under its dark coat, even injured. One wrong move and it could tear me apart. I stop a foot away and gently toss the blanket so it drapes over the tiny, bundled form. A small puff of warm air escapes the blanket, and the baby's whimpers quiet slightly. A small victory. Now for the hard part. I need to get you inside, I say to the wolf. It's warm in there. I can try to fix your leg. It just stares at me, its golden eyes bottomless. Is it understanding me? Or is it just an animal, running on instinct? Then, it does something that makes the hairs on my arms stand up. It nudges the baby with its nose, a gentle, deliberate push toward me. An offering, a sign of trust. My breath catches. This is not just an animal. The decision is made. I can't leave them. I won't. Okay, I breathe, a shaky exhale. Okay, come on. I back away, opening the cabin door wide. The warm, lamplit air spills out onto the porch, a stark contrast to the frigid night. It's an invitation, an offering of my sanctuary, my only safe place in the world. I'm inviting a monster into my home. The wolf struggles to its feet, a choked cry of pain escaping its throat. It puts no weight on the injured leg, hopping awkwardly. It moves with a pained, lurching gait, dragging itself toward the open door. Each movement is a clear act of will, a fight against the agony racking its huge body. It stops at the threshold, hesitating. Its head is low, its magnificent body now looking defeated, diminished. It looks up at me one last time, a question in its eyes. Are you sure? I nod, my throat too tight to speak. With a final, shuddering breath, it crosses the threshold. It collapses onto the worn rug just inside the door, its strength completely gone. The baby, still clutched to its chest, is safe. I quickly shut the door against the night, the heavy thud of the deadbolt sliding into place a sound of finality. There's no going back now. They are in. The silence in the cabin is thick and heavy, charged with a strange new energy. The air tastes different, wilder. The sheer size of the wolf fills the small space, making my familiar surroundings feel foreign and fragile. It lies on the rug, a mountain of dark fur and shallow breaths, its wounded legs stretched out awkwardly. The baby in the crook of its massive foreleg begins to fuss, its tiny noises sharp in the quiet. My priorities snap into focus. Babies first, always. I approach cautiously. I need to check on your little one. I say to the wolf, my voice low and steady. Its golden eyes are half closed with exhaustion, but they flicker open, tracking me. There's no growl this time, just watchfulness. I kneel down, my knees protesting against the cold wooden floor. My heart is a wild bird beating against the cage of my ribs. I gently, so gently, reach for the bundle. The wolf's muscles tense, a faint tremor running through its body. It's okay, I soothe, my hand hovering. I promise. I have a baby too, see? I gesture toward Leo's bassinet. The wolf's gaze follows my hand, lingers on the sleeping form of my son, and then returns to me. The tension in its body eases almost imperceptibly. It's giving me permission. With painstaking slowness, I lift the baby from its furry cradle. It's lighter than I expected, a fragile weight in my arms. I pull back the worn blanket. It's a girl. She has a cap of fine, dark hair and a small, perfect face, pale from the cold. She looks to be only a few weeks old, maybe a month at most. Younger than Leo. She stares up at me with wide, dark eyes that seem far too aware for an infant. She doesn't cry. She just watches me. I carry her over to the armchair near the hearth, wrapping her in a fresh, clean blanket from Leo's stash. I check her for injuries, my fingers running over her tiny limbs. She's cold, hungry, but seemingly unharmed. A miracle. I prepare a bottle of formula. Thank God I have extra. And she latches on immediately, her small hands clutching the bottle with a surprising strength. Relief floods through me, so potent it makes me dizzy. She's okay. The baby is okay. Now for the wolf. I leave the baby girl, whom I've mentally named Luna, swaddled and safe in the armchair. She drinks, her dark eyes still fixed on me. It's unnerving. I turn my attention back to the creature on my floor. It hasn't moved. Its breathing is ragged. The first aid kit sits on the table, a stark white box against the dark wood. I grab it, along with a bowl of warm water and some clean towels. Kneeling beside the wolf feels like kneeling at the altar of some ancient, dangerous god. The scent of it is overwhelming up close, that earthy, thunderstorm smell mixed with the metallic tang of blood. I'm going to clean this, I murmur, more to steady my own nerves than anything. It's going to hurt. I dip a cloth in the warm water, and gently, hesitantly, touch the edge of the wound. The wolf flinches violently. A pained yelp torn from its throat. Its head whips around, massive teeth flashing inches from my face. I freeze, my hand still on its fur. I don't pull back. I don't scream. I just hold my breath and meet its furious, pain-filled eyes. I know, I whisper. I know it hurts, but I have to. It will get infected if I don't. The moment stretches, taut and terrifying. Its hot breath ghosts my cheek. I can feel the rumble of a growl deep in its chest. I am completely at its mercy. Then, as if some internal battle has been fought and won, the fury in its eyes recedes, replaced again by that weary resignation. It lets out a long, shuddering sigh and rests its huge head back on the floor, exposing the wound to me once more. It's trusting me. My own breath escapes in a shaky rush. With renewed determination, I set to work for the next hour. I live in a surreal world of focused, careful movements. I clean the gash, flushing out debris. It's deep, but clean cut, confirming my trap theory. My stomach twists with anger. I disinfect it with antiseptic from my kit, earning another pained whimper but no further aggression. I slather it with antibiotic ointment, and then, using the skills my grandfather taught me for patching up farm animals, I bandage the leg as best I can, wrapping it tightly with gauze and medical tape. My hands are covered in its blood. My cabin smells of antiseptic and wilderness. When I'm done, I sit back on my heels, exhausted. The wolf's breathing is already easier, deeper. I bring it a bowl of water, and it laps at it gratefully. The days that follow fall into a strange, dreamlike routine. The cabin becomes a small, crowded hospital ward. I am a nurse to 3 dependents: Leo, my sweet, predictable boy; Luna, the silent, watchful baby girl; and the wolf. I sleep in fits and starts on the armchair, never letting myself fall too deep. My senses on high alert. Leo and Luna have their bottles, their diaper changes, their nap. They are a rhythm section to the strange, slow melody of our cohabitation. Section, pruding. And then there is the wolf. It spends most of its time sleeping on the rug, a silent, brooding presence. But it's healing, with a speed that defies all logic. Within 2 days, it is able to stand and limp around the small cabin, its movements still stiff but much stronger. By the 3rd day, the limp is barely noticeable. I know I should change the bandage, but I'm almost afraid to see what's underneath. It doesn't seem possible for a wound that severe to heal so quickly. It is in the quiet moments, in the dead of night when both babies are asleep, that the strangest part of our new reality unfolds. The wolf will limp over to the hearth where I sit and lie down, its head resting near my feet, and I talk to it. At first, it's just nonsense. Soft murmurs about the weather, about how much formula I have left. But then, the loneliness that has been my constant companion for so long begins to overflow. The words just spill out. He told me I was being dramatic. I whisper to the wolf one night, my voice thick. The firelight dances on its dark fur. Its golden eyes are fixed on my face, patient and unnervingly attentive. He said I was trying to trap him. Trap him? Can you believe that? After everything, I tell it about the hope I had, the stupid, girlish dream of a family. I tell it about the shame, the fear, the bone-deep weariness of being utterly alone. I confess my terror that I won't be enough for Leo, that I'll fail him. The wolf doesn't offer solutions. It doesn't judge. It just listens. It listens with an intensity that no human ever has. Sometimes, it lets out a soft huff of air, or nudges my hand with its cold, wet nose, as if in comfort. It becomes my confidant, my silent, furry therapist. And in its presence, a bizarre and undeniable feeling begins to take root in the barren soil of my heart. Safety. With a giant, wild predator sleeping on my floor, I feel safer than I have in years. The creaks and groans of the old cabin no longer sound threatening. The whispering pines outside are just trees. The fear of Trevor finding me, once a constant humming anxiety, has faded to a distant buzz. One evening, as I sit by the fire, my hand absently stroking Leo's back as he sleeps on my chest, the wolf gets up and pads silently over to me. It stops beside my chair and then, very deliberately, rests its heavy head on my lap right next to my son. My breath hitches. My hand freezes in midair. Its fur is thick and surprisingly soft. I can feel the warmth of it, the steady, slow rhythm of its breathing. It doesn't feel threatening. It feels right. Hesitantly, my fingers shaking, I lower my hand. I stroke the top of its broad head, my touch feather-light. It leans into my hand, a deep, contented sigh rumbling through its chest. The contact sends a strange jolt through me, a current of warmth that has nothing to do with the fire. It's a feeling of connection, of rightness, a sense of coming home to a place I never knew existed. Fear is replaced by a fragile, budding comfort. This is more than just an animal. I know it with a certainty that defies all logic. Something impossible is happening in my tiny, isolated cabin. And I don't want it to end. The proof comes on the 5th day. It's time to change the bandage. I've been putting it off, partly out of fear of hurting it again, and partly out of a deeper fear of what I might find. Healing is one thing. Magic is another. Okay, big guy, I say, my voice brighter than I feel. Let's take a look at this leg. The wolf is lying by the hearth. Luna is in her makeshift bassinet, a laundry basket filled with blankets, and Leo is napping. The cabin is peaceful. It watches me as I approach with fresh gauze and the scissors from my kit. It makes no move to stop me. As I kneel and begin to carefully snip away the blood-stained wrapping, the tape comes away easily. The gauze beneath is cleaner than it should be. I peel back the final layer, and I gasp. The wound is gone. Not healing. Not scarred over. Gone. The skin is smooth and whole, covered in a new, fine layer of dark fur. There is no trace of the horrific gash that was there just days ago. It's as if it never happened. I stare, my mind reeling. I touch the spot, my fingers tracing the smooth expanse of fur and skin. It's real. This is impossible. Flesh doesn't knit itself back together like this. Nothing does. I look up from the leg to the wolf's face. Its golden eyes are knowing. There's a soft, almost sad intelligence in them. It knows what I'm seeing. It knows it's impossible. How? I whisper, the words stolen from my lungs. It just looks at me, and then it nudges my hand with its nose. A silent answer that explains nothing and everything all at once. I sit back on my heels, the scissors dropping from my numb fingers. The world feels thin, like a veil that could be torn at any moment. Supernatural. The word hangs in the air, unspoken but undeniable. These creatures, this wolf and this strange, silent baby, are not of my world, and I have let them into the very heart of it. The knock on the door is so unexpected, so alien to my new reality, that for a moment I think I've imagined it. But it comes again. Sharp, insistent, demanding. Rap, rap, rap. Ice floods my veins. Only one person would knock like that. Like they own the place. Like they own me. Trevor. The wolf is on its feet in an instant. A low, menacing growl starting deep in its chest. The sound is nothing like the pained whimpers I've grown used to. This is a sound of pure, lethal threat. It moves to stand between me and the door, its body a solid wall of protective fury. Its hackles are raised, its lips curled back to reveal terrifyingly long, white teeth. "Alara, I know you're in there." His voice, muffled by the thick wood of the door, is a poison I thought I'd escaped. Some old codger at the general store told me a girl with a baby moved into the old Miller cabin. Open the damn door. My blood runs cold. He found me. The fragile piece of my sanctuary is shattered. The old fear, the one that chokes and paralyzes, comes rushing back. My hands are shaking again. I automatically back away, pulling Leo's bassinet with me, putting distance between my son and the voice at the door. "Go away, Trevor!" I shout, my voice trembling. "Not a chance," he laughs, a cruel, ugly sound. "We need to talk about my son, about what you owe me for all this trouble." My son? The audacity of it steals my breath. He didn't want him. He denied him. Now he's a bargaining chip. "He's not your son!" I scream back, fury warring with the fear. "You made that very clear. Leave us alone." There's a sudden, violent slam against the door, as if he threw his whole body against it. The old frame shudders. The wolf's growl deepens, vibrating through the floorboards. It's a terrifying, primal sound that should scare me, but right now, it's the only thing anchoring me. "Open the door, Alara, or I swear I'll break it down." He means it. I know he does. The memory of his temper, of a shattered plate against the wall of our old apartment, flashes in my mind. The wolf looks back at me, its golden eyes burning with a fierce, protective light. It's waiting for my permission, my command. I don't know what to do. If I let it attack him, what happens then? What is this creature capable of? But if I don't, Trevor will get in. He will hurt us. The decision is torn from my hands. With a splintering crash, the flimsy lock on the door gives way. The door flies open, slamming against the inside wall. And there he island. Trevor stands in the doorway, his face twisted in a triumphant sneer. He looks bigger than I remember, more menacing. His eyes rake over the cabin's interior, taking in the mess, the poverty. His sneer deepens. Wow, really hit rock bottom, haven't we? Then his eyes land on the wolf. His face goes slack with shock. The color drains from his cheeks. For a full second, he is frozen, his mind unable to compute the sight of the giant, snarling beast standing ready to attack. What? What the hell is that? He stammers. The wolf doesn't wait for an answer. With a deafening roar, it launches itself forward. It's not a limp. It's not a charge. It's a blur of black fur and teeth. It doesn't attack him, not directly. It lands squarely in front of him, a solid, immovable object of pure rage, blocking his path into my home. Trevor stumbles back, tripping over the threshold and landing hard on the porch. He scrambles backward on his hands and knees, pure terror etched on his face. Jesus Christ! He shrieks, his voice high and thin. Get it back! Call it off! The wolf stands its ground in the doorway, its ferocious snarls echoing in the small clearing. It's a guardian at the gate, a demon from his worst nightmares. Trevor, the man who had terrified me for so long, is reduced to a pathetic, whimpering mess. He gets to his feet and runs. He doesn't look back. He just runs, crashing through the underbrush like a panicked deer. The wolf watches him go, its body still tense, the growl a low rumble in its chest. Only when the sound of his flight has faded completely does it turn back inside. And then it collapses. A choked, agonized sound tears from its throat as it falls to the rug. The explosive effort was too much. Its healed leg must have given out under the strain. Or maybe he heard it. I didn't see. It all happened so fast. It lies there, panting, its great body shuddering with pain. And without a single thought, I run to it. I drop to my knees beside its huge form. Its golden eyes are glazed with pain. It whines, a soft, pitiful sound that shatters my heart. You saved us, I whisper, my hand going to its head, stroking its fur. You saved us. It tries to lift its head, to nudge my hand, but it's too weak. A wave of fierce, protective love washes over me, so powerful it brings tears to my eyes. He protected me. He protected my son. He threw himself in front of danger for us. No one has ever done that for me, ever. He is my protector. And now he is hurt because of me, because of the danger I brought to this place. It's my turn, I say, my voice thick with emotion. I wrap my arms around its massive neck, shielding its body with my own. I press my face into its soft, warm fur, breathing in its wild, earthy scent. I am no longer afraid of it. I am no longer afraid of anything. I've got you, I murmur, holding it tight. I'm not letting anything else hurt you. I've got you. I hold him, my protector, my savior. I shield him with my small human body. A reciprocal sacrifice offered without hesitation. And in that moment, as I clutch the great wolf in my arms, the world dissolves into light. It's not a gradual change. It's an explosion. A blinding silver-white light erupts from the wolf, so intense I have to squeeze my eyes shut against it. It's not hot, not burning, but it's pure energy, humming through my bones, vibrating in my teeth. The very air in the cabin crackles. I feel a dizzying, weightless sensation, as if the floor has fallen away beneath me. I cling tighter, my one anchor in a world that has come unmoored. The body in my arms is shifting, changing, contracting. The thick fur beneath my cheek seems to melt away, replaced by something smooth and warm. The massive lupine form reshapes itself, the bones popping and grinding with a sound that should be horrifying. But in the wash of silver light, it feels sacred, transcendent. The light fades as quickly as it came, plunging the room back into the dim, familiar firelight. I open my eyes, blinking against the lingering phantoms of light dancing behind my lids. The wolf is gone. In its place, sprawled on the rug where the animal had collapsed, is a man. He's naked, his body long and leanly muscled, a cartography of old scars and new bruises. Dark hair, the same charcoal black as the wolf's fur, is plastered to his forehead with sweat. He's unconscious, his face etched with pain even in sleep. A raw, angry-looking scrape marks his shoulder, where he must have hit the door frame. But it's him. I know it with a certainty that defies logic. The same powerful presence, the same wild energy, the same soul. I'm still half draped over him, my arms around his neck. My cheek is pressed against the warm skin of his shoulder. I scramble back, my mind a chaotic storm of shock and disbelief. My heart is trying to batter its way out of my chest. I stare at his face. It's strong, jawed, and beautiful, in a stark, rugged way. Even slack in unconsciousness, there's an intensity to his features. This is the wolf. The wolf is a man. A man has been living on my floor for almost a week. I have been talking to him, confessing my deepest secrets to him. My face burns with a hot, mortifying blush. A floorboard creaks behind me. I spin around, my body tensing for another attack. Standing in the now open doorway is a woman. She is older, with hair the color of salt and pepper braided down her back and a face lined with a kindness that doesn't soften its underlying strength. She carries a heavy blanket and a canvas bag. Her eyes, a startlingly clear blue, take in the scene at a glance. Me, kneeling on the floor in shock. The unconscious man, the two babies, who have miraculously slept through the entire ordeal. She doesn't look surprised. She looks sad, relieved. "I am Elena," she says, her voice calm and steady, a rock in my churning sea of confusion. "I apologize for the intrusion. I felt the shift. I was worried." The shift?" I stammer, my voice barely a whisper. When the man breaks through the wolf, she explains simply, as if this is a common occurrence. She steps inside, her movements graceful. She drapes the heavy blanket over the naked man's body, her touch gentle and practiced. "Who? What is he?" I ask, the question feeling impossibly small for the magnitude of what has just happened. Elena looks at me, her blue eyes filled with a deep ancient wisdom. "He is Kale, my alpha, and the man whose life you just saved." Alpha. The word hangs in the air, resonating with a power I can feel but not understand. "I don't understand," I say, shaking my head. "He was a wolf. How is this possible?" "We are the Shiftgrain," she says, her voice soft. "The wolfkin. We can walk in two skins. It is who we are." She gestures to Luna, sleeping peacefully in her basket. "His daughter. She is one of us too." My world, which had already tilted, now flips completely upside down. Shifters, werewolves, things from stories, from nightmares. They are real, and they are in my house. But why was he here? Why was he hurt? Elena's gaze softens with pity. He was searching for something, for someone. He got careless, caught in a human's trap. Her eyes drift to me, and there's a new light in them. Something like awe. He was drawn here. To you. To me? Why? Elena takes a deep breath. There is a bond, for some of us, a call that sings in the blood. It is rare, sacred. It ties one soul to another, across any distance. It's what led him to your territory, what made him desperate enough to show himself to you, even in his weakest moment. She pauses, letting the weight of her words settle. "He is your mate, Alara, and you are his lupa vein." Lupa vein. Fated mate. The words are foreign, fantastical, but they land in my soul with the stunning, irrefutable impact of truth. the pull I felt, the sense of safety, the inexplicable connection, the way my heart seemed to recognize him, even as a beast. It all clicks into place with a terrifying, exhilarating clarity. All the stories I told him, all my vulnerability, laid bare. He heard it all. He understood it all. I look at Kale's unconscious form, at the man who is a wolf, the alpha who is my mate, the world outside the cabin, the world of Trevor and Bills and loneliness, feels a million miles away. It's a dream from which I've finally woken up. Or perhaps a dream I've just fallen into. Elena and a few others, two quiet, broad-shouldered men who appeared like ghosts from the trees, carry Kale away. They are gentle, efficient, moving with a silent coordination that speaks of long practice. They take Luna, too, Elena cradling the small baby against her chest with a look of fierce love. They offer to take me with them. "Come with us," Elena had urged, her kind eyes searching mine. "You are not safe here alone. You are his Lupa. You are one of us now." But I couldn't. My mind was a high-pitched scream of pure overload. I stood rooted to the floor of my cabin, watching them disappear into the dark woods, a phantom pack melting into the shadows. The cabin is silent again. But it's a different silence. It's not empty anymore. It's filled with the ghost of him, the scent of him, ozone and wild earth, and the deafening echo of Elena's words. Lupa Vane, his mate. I spend the next 2 days in a daze. I move on autopilot, caring for Leo, cleaning the cabin, trying to scrub away the bloodstains that are a testament to the night's madness. But it's no use. Everything is changed. The rug where he lay, the doorway he defended, the spot on the armchair where he rested his wolfish head on my lap. They are all sacred spaces now, humming with the memory of him. He heard everything, every fearful confession, every bitter memory of Trevor, every whispered doubt about my own strength. He knows the most broken parts of me. The thought is both terrifying and strangely liberating. He knows it all. And he still protected me. He still threw himself in front of danger for me. On the 3rd day, he comes back. I'm sitting on the porch steps, watching Leo play with a wooden block on a blanket. When I sense him, it's a shift in the air, a familiar charge of energy. I look up, and he's there, standing at the edge of the clearing. He's in his human skin. He's dressed in simple, dark pants, and a gray Henley that stretches across his broad shoulders. He's taller than I thought. The scrape on his shoulder is gone. Like the gash on his leg, it has vanished without a trace. He looks powerful, intimidating, and so tired. My heart does a painful, lurching flip in my chest. He walks toward me, his steps measured, hesitant. He stops a few feet away, his hands shoved into his pockets. His eyes, the same intense golden eyes of the wolf, but clearer, sharper in his human face, are fixed on me. They are filled with a turmoil of emotions I can't begin to decipher. Guilt, longing, fear. "Elara," he says. My name on his lips is a low rumble, a sound that vibrates right through me. I can't find my voice. I just nod, clutching my hands together in my lap. "I came to—" "Thank you," he says, the words sounding stiff, rehearsed. "You saved my life, my daughter's life. My pack is in your debt." "You saved mine too," I finally manage to whisper. "From Trevor." His jaw clenches at the name. A flicker of the wolf's fury flashes in his eyes. "He won't bother you again. It's not a threat. It's a statement of fact, and I believe him." An awkward silence hangs between us. This is so much harder than talking to the wolf. The man is a stranger. A beautiful, terrifying stranger who knows all my secrets. "I also came," he continues, his voice strained, "to make things right." He pulls a hand from his pocket. He's holding a thick envelope. "This is for you," he says, holding it out. "It's more than enough for you to find a new place, somewhere safe, far away from here, in somewhere you can start over, properly. I stare at the envelope. Money. He's trying to pay me. He's trying to send me away. The hope that had been a fragile, flickering flame in my chest is doused with ice water. It hurts. A sharp, physical pang of rejection that is somehow worse than anything Trevor ever did. "This isn't your life, Alara," he says, his voice rough with an emotion he's trying to suppress. "It's dangerous, violent. I brought that to your door. I almost got you killed. I won't let that happen again." He's pushing me away. For my own good. Just like everyone else. They see a problem. A fragile thing. To be managed. To be gotten rid of. But I am not that person anymore. The woman who would have taken the money and run, the woman who would have accepted her dismissal, died on the floor of this cabin 3 days ago. I stand up, my legs shaking, but my resolve solid. I look him straight in the eye. "No," I say. He blinks, taken aback. "No?" "No," I repeat, my voice stronger now. "I'm not taking your money and I'm not leaving." A muscle feathers in his jaw. "You don't understand what you're saying." "Oh, I think I do," I say, a spark of anger igniting inside me. "I understand that you think I'm weak, some fragile human girl you need to protect by sending her away. You think a little money can just erase this, erase what happened here." I take a step closer, my heart pounding. "You lay on my floor for days. I cleaned your wounds. I told you things I've never told another soul. You stood between me and the man who terrified me. You think I can just go back to the way things were? Go back to being alone?" Tears prick my eyes, hot and angry. "You saw me, Kale. You really saw me. Nobody has ever done that. And now you want to throw money at me and tell me to disappear? I won't do it. I'm not that girl anymore. You changed that." His carefully constructed composure is crumbling. His face is a mask of anguish. "Alara, you don't know what I am, what we are, the bond. It's not some fairy tale. It's a hunger, a pull. I can't promise that I can control it. I could hurt you. You think you could hurt me more than being alone has?" I challenge, my voice cracking. "I was safer with you as a monster on my floor than I ever was with any human man. I am not afraid of you. Our argument has drawn us closer, until we are barely a foot apart. The air between us crackles with tension, with unspoken longing, with years of pain." Just then, Leo, who has been watching us with wide, curious eyes, lets out a happy gurgle. He pushes himself up on his chubby arms and crawls determinedly across the blanket, right into the space between my feet and Kale's boots. He looks up at Kale, a big, gummy smile on his face, and reaches up with both hands, babbling happily. The sight breaks something in Kale. A choked sound escapes his throat. The agony on his face is unbearable to witness. "I have wanted you," he whispers, his voice raw, broken. "From the first moment I caught your scent on the wind, I thought I was going mad. This bond, it's a physical pain, Alara. Being near you and not being able to claim you. I am a beast. It's my nature. I am terrified that nature will destroy the only good thing I have ever found." His confession undoes me. The anger drains away, replaced by a wave of overwhelming empathy. He's not pushing me away out of cruelty. He's pushing me away out of fear. His fear. "I'm not made of glass, Kale," I whisper, my own tears falling freely now. "And you are not a beast. You are the man who saved my life, the wolf who listened to my secrets, the father who carried his daughter through the woods to find help." I reach out, my hand trembling, and cup his jaw. His skin is warm, rough with stubble. He flinches at my touch, but doesn't pull away. He closes his eyes, a shudder running through his entire body. "Don't send me away," I plead softly. "Please." He opens his eyes. The gold in them is molten, liquid. The last of his resistance shatters. "I can't," he groans, his voice thick with surrender. And then his hands are on my waist, pulling me against him with a desperate, possessive force that steals my breath. His head swoops down and his mouth finds mine. The kiss is not gentle. It's a collision. It's starved and needy and full of all the words we couldn't say. It's the taste of ozone and pine and salt from my tears. It's the feeling of his strength surrounding me, the solid wall of his chest against mine. It's not a kiss of seduction. It's a kiss of recognition, of reunion. A sealing of a bond that was forged in blood and fear and moonlight. I cling to him, my fingers tangling in his dark hair, kissing him back with all the pent-up loneliness and newfound hope in my soul. This is not the end of the fear. I know that. His world is dangerous, and mine is fragile. But in his arms, I am not fragile anymore. I am not alone. I am home. 6 months later, the world is painted in the soft greens and hopeful yellows of spring. The tiny, isolated cabin is a distant memory, a chapter from another life. My home is now a sturdy, beautiful house made of timber and stone, nestled in a sheltered valley I've come to know as the heart of Kale's packlands. It's not just my home, it's ours. We didn't have a grand ceremony. The Schiffgrind don't stand on such things. My acceptance was quieter, more profound. It happened in the small, everyday moments. In the way the pack members would nod to me in the village, a deep, respectful acknowledgement in their eyes. In the way Elena would show me which herbs to gather for tea, her gnarled fingers guiding mine. In the way the pack's children would shyly bring me wildflowers, their gazes a mixture of curiosity and awe. They don't respect me because I am the alpha's mate. They respect me because I am the human who did not turn their alpha away. My compassion, the quality I had once viewed as a liability in a harsh world, is my greatest currency here. It is my strength. Today, there is a quiet celebration, a naming day for Luna. She is a beautiful, thriving baby, her dark hair now a soft curl, her eyes holding that same unnerving intelligence. She is sitting on Kale's lap on a blanket, spread out on the grass, her small hand clutching one of his large fingers. Kale is a different man from the haunted stranger who tried to send me away. The tension has bled out of his shoulders. He smiles now, a real, deep smile that reaches his golden eyes. Being with his daughter, with me, with Leo, has healed something in him, just as he has healed me. Leo, my brave little boy, is now a toddler, taking wobbly, determined steps across the lawn. He is adored by the entire pack, a small, sunny human child in a world of wolves. He is safe here, loved. He will grow up knowing a kind of community, a kind of family I could only have dreamed of. I am watching them, a soft, warm contentment spreading through my chest, when a movement at the edge of the woods catches my eye. A car, an unfamiliar one. It pulls up to the boundary of the packlands, and a man gets out. Trevor. A year ago, the sight of him would have sent me into a panic. My heart would have seized. I would have run, grabbed Leo, and hidden. Today, I feel nothing but a faint, weary pity. Kale senses my change in posture. He looks up, his eyes following my gaze. He sees Trevor. A low growl rumbles in his chest, the wolf always just beneath the surface, ready to protect. "It's okay," I say softly, placing a hand on his arm. "Let me." He looks at me, searching my face. He sees the calm there, the strength. He gives a slow nod, his trust in me, absolute. I walk toward Trevor, my steps even and unhurried. He looks terrible. His clothes are rumpled. His face is pale and sallow. He looks lost, pathetic. He sees me approaching, and a flicker of his old arrogance returns. "Alara, so this is where you've been hiding? Living with him? He jerks his chin toward Kale, a sneer on his lips. I'm not hiding, Trevor, I say, my voice calm and clear. I'm home. He scoffs. Home? With that? That thing? I came to get you. To get my son. This isn't right. I almost laugh. Your son? The son you denied? The son you tried to use as leverage to get money from me? He is not your son, Trevor. He is mine. And he has a father now. A real one. My gaze drifts back to where Kale sits with our children. He is the picture of gentle strength, of devoted fatherhood. Luna has grabbed a fistful of his hair, and he's patiently trying to untangle her fingers. A look of soft adoration on his face. Trevor follows my gaze. He sees the house behind them, the peaceful valley, the evidence of a good life. He sees Leo toddle over to Kale, who effortlessly scoops him up and settles him on his other knee. He sees the tableau of the happy, complete family. Our found family. Kale, me, his daughter, my son, all of us, together. The sight seems to drain the last of the fight out of him. His shoulders slump. He sees what he threw away. He sees what he can never have. He is a ghost from a past that no longer has any power over me. Just go, Trevor. I say, my voice not unkind. There's nothing for you here. He looks at me one last time, his eyes empty. Then he turns, gets back in his car, and drives away, leaving nothing behind but a small cloud of dust. I walk back to my family. Kale looks at me, a question in his eyes. It's over, I say. It's all over. He pulls me down onto the blanket beside him, wrapping a strong arm around my shoulders. I lean into his warmth, my head resting against his chest. Leo crawls into my lap, and Luna makes a happy noise from Kale's. We are a perfect, strange, beautiful circle. I look around at the whispering trees, at the man I love, at the children who are our future. I think of the terrified, lonely woman I was, trapped in that cold cabin, believing my softness was a fatal flaw. I was so wrong. It wasn't a flaw. It was a homing beacon. It was the thing that called my wolf out of the woods. It was the thing that built this life, this love, this family. My weakness, my vulnerability, my empathy. It was the greatest strength I ever had. It was the key that unlocked the